You're watching Well Traveled Life with Jonathan and Jennifer, and we are in the city of Gladstone in the state of Queensland in Australia. Gladstone is located on the northeast coast of the continent. It is north of Brisbane. It lies at the south end of the Great Barrier Reef, and so that means it's a gateway to that area. You may be wondering what Gladstone has to offer as a cruise port because it's primarily known as being the industrial heart of Queensland. It has huge coal and hydrogen plants and is actually the first city to be powered by hydrogen and natural gas and is projected to double the world's hydrogen power supply. Given that, it's what you'll see as you first come into the port. You're going to see mechanizations at the heart of this city. Impressively though, the city planners have taken that industrial heart and worked it into part of the design. So you will see even more industrial components, but they work towards the entertainment and recreation for the city. Don't let those industrial components put you off. The city of Gladstone and the port of Gladstone have done so much to make this an attractive place to spend a day or longer. From signage, schedules, umbrellas, and ambassadors, they've done everything they can to make this port accessible and enjoyable. The East Shores Precinct area is that parkland right off the gangway. And one of my favorite places is their Feast on East, which includes markets and food trucks. You will immediately off the boat find activities for everyone, including splash pads, playgrounds, park areas, markets, food trucks, bands. There was a film for families, and just a host of things to do in the immediate vicinity of the ship. The volunteer ambassadors are there to give you maps, information, conversation, or anything else you might need in order to make your day pleasant.
Welcome to Gladstone. If you're coming to Gladstone for the day, the things I would suggest you see is our beautiful marina parklands. There's a lot of area here to see, beautiful parks, water features. If you want to go a bit further into town, we have a lovely art gallery and museum as well. If you want to get out on the water, there is a barge trip that goes around and calls in at 3 of the different islands. We are on the Southern Barrier Reef, so a lot of people like to get out and see that too.
If you're looking at going into town, there's a couple of different ways to do it. The easiest is just to walk. It's not terribly long. It's about 1.5 miles to the end of town where there's a grocery store. Just don't forget, it's 1.5 miles back. There's a bit of uphill and downhill, but it certainly isn't anything I would tell you to worry about. That seems daunting though. There are taxis that are readily available and they will be at the port waiting for you. If you're really looking to explore the city, there is a hop-on, hop-off bus that will take you through town to the mall, through the Colonial Buildings District, and by the art gallery. There is a free shuttle that will take you to a candy shop. There are brew pubs, cafes, and restaurants very, very close to the port. Should you go into town, there's really one single road. You just stay on that road. You will get to the original historic hotel, the art gallery, and museum, as well as the Woolworths. For those interested in history, right at the port is the Maritime Museum, as well as the HMAS Gladstone, which was a minesweeper, and you can go on board. On Mondays, there are tours of the power station, including the 6 coal-powered turbines. And if you're willing to go a little further afield, the Tondoon Botanic Gardens, featuring every native plant species of Australia, and is free and open until 6 p.m. It has a number of walks throughout the gardens. The shortest one is about 30 minutes. There are longer ones. Do bring insect repellents. They use sprinklers in order to keep the plants wet, and that does create a mosquito environment. When traveling, one of my favorite things to do is to find local markets. Not only because you get a sense of what is available in the area, but you get to meet the artisans, craftsmen, farmers, etc., who are making these things and whose lives depend on selling them.
So the story behind Wolf and Clay is my dog, he howled like a wolf, and clay, because of the product, it's ceramic. I was like, okay, I have to include my dog somehow in the business, and that's why Wolf and Clay. Yeah. He's usually here, but it's a very long day today, so my husband took him home, and he comes later, but like around 6 maybe. So. But usually he's always here. He's been with me to the market since he was a puppy.
How long have you been in business?
4 years now.
Okay.
3, yeah. Everything is handmade, yeah. So I make them from ceramic, cut them out myself, and then I fire them in the kiln multiple times, and yeah, the whole ceramic process, yeah. So they glaze us, yeah, so that's a whole other step then. So you glaze them and then you fire them again, and during the firing process they melt onto the pieces. Because like glass. So the palm trees are one of my favorites because we have 2 palm trees growing on our property, and I find this really random. But yeah, I think palm trees, but I just find it really special.
I was so fortunate to meet Joanna, who was selling handmade ceramic and porcelain jewelry, and I got just a quick conversation and learned a little bit about her trade, but also came to find out her story. And that really is what traveling is about, getting to know people and their stories and what makes things work for them. If you are traveling and you're looking for souvenirs, try to get them at a local market as opposed to a souvenir shop. So often what you're buying in a souvenir shop is made in China as opposed to made locally by a craftsman. Gladstone boasts the largest natural harbor in Queensland, as well as a powerful infrastructure for the energy industry. But because of that, it is also a cruise ship port, and they have managed to make this a really excellent tourist destination. What impresses me the most is that tourism isn't always about what you can see and do. Sometimes it's about who you can meet and just finding out what regular life is like. And Gladstone has done itself proud in that department. If you enjoyed this video, we hope you'll watch another one in our Australia series.
Must I always be waiting on